Let me guess. You woke up this morning and you're staring at the ceiling. You thought, how the hell did I let my life get like this? Well, don't worry, my man. You're not alone. In fact, millions of people wake up every day feeling like extras in a movie where they're really supposed to be the person starring in it. Stuck, frustrated, burnt out, don't know what to do, like they were running a marathon but forgot why they started running in the first place. Life just feels pointless. Well, congratulations, my friend, because that means you're human. And if you're watching this, it also means that you've taken the first step towards changing that story. So, welcome to the beginning of your plot twist, a self improvement series that isn't here to sell you your dreams, but to hand you the damn blueprint and the hammer on how to unfuck your life. So you're stuck. You see, I wasn't always this guy that I am today. Years ago, I was broke, I was overweight, depressed, neck deep in bad decisions, and I thought that it was someone else's fault. I blamed everybody. I mean, does that sound familiar to you? I was blaming my past, my injuries, my circumstances, and I told myself all these excuses that I can't fix this because, oh, insert whatever sob story you want to use. And you've got your own version too, don't you? Trust me, it's not special. You're nothing new. It's the same story. And then one day, just like you are now, I asked myself the hardest question of all times. What if my life sucks because of me? That question hit harder than a shoulder replacement. But let me tell you, it's a truth that actually set me free. And it's the very question that will ultimately set you free. So, in this episode, we're going to talk briefly about a few things you can do to unfuck your life and start to get things on track.
So here's where it all starts. You gotta look in the mirror and be brutally honest with yourself. You can't change the map until you know where you're standing. Who are you right now? What's holding you back in life? And I'm not talking about the surface level, I'm a little lazy. No, dig deeper. Are you blaming your parents, your past, your boss, or your ex for where you are? And if you are, stop. Stop right now. Where you are today is a direct result of your own freaking choices, my friends. And the sooner that you own that shit, the sooner you can change it. The question to ask is simple but powerful. What's the one thing that I can start today that my future self will thank me for? And you don't need permission from someone else, a sign from the universe, or a New Year's resolution. You need to start now. Start today. You see, for me, I was 5 days out from my 35th birthday, and I remember sitting on the edge of my bed and I was thinking about how I'd let life continue, how if I let life continue on the same course without doing something, nothing would change. And I'd be in the same place when my 36th birthday rolled around. And I didn't want that because I was drinking every day. I gained 60 pounds and I was fat. I was out of shape. I was lazy. And as a result of sitting on my ass and drinking beer and eating junk food, I'd lost all my self-confidence and self-esteem. I hated the person I was. So I took an honest look at my life and I decided that I didn't want my 36th birthday to represent what my 35th birthday was going to look like. And the answer to my question became very simple. The one thing that I could do is I could start by getting off my ass and getting out there and start doing some exercise. Now, I was so far from this goal of losing 60 pounds that it was overwhelming. I didn't even know where to start. I had zero motivation. I didn't even want to do it, but I didn't want to stay the same. I was too embarrassed to go to the gym, but I knew enough to know that in order to lose weight, what I needed to do was I needed to move more and I needed to eat less. Plus, guess what? The beer would actually have to go too. So I literally started this fitness journey out by one day putting on some shoes, and I planned on walking a few miles, but I made it about half a block before walking back to the house. I felt slightly defeated because it was all of 15 minutes of exercise. It wasn't quite what I had planned. But you got up, the next day, and then the day after that, and the day after that, and I'd walk. And with each day, I walked a little further, and a little further, and a little further, until I was walking miles. And then I weighed myself one day, and guess what? I'd lost 10 pounds. And that was such a motivating victory that it inspired me to next address my nutrition. So I started trading chips for fruit and slowly started eliminating all the junk food, and that led to the next 50 pounds of my weight loss. I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. And you see, one success fed another success and another, which led me to finally getting the confidence to go and get a gym membership. So by my 36th birthday, I lost my 44-inch waist, and I now was sporting a six-pack. You see, you gotta set the bar low enough to where you can meet the standard, because that way you can build the confidence that if you can make it this far, you can make it this far and this far. So just start low and graduate up. Okay, that's this first lesson. But let's move on to the next one. All right, so the second lesson on how to beat your best self is small wins beat big failures. You see, Rome, that shit was not built in one day, but you better believe it started with one single brick. So you want to lose that weight? Get to the gym. Not tomorrow, do it today. Don't worry about running marathons or doing CrossFit like some Instagram god. Just walk through the door and keep showing up. Small, consistent wins will build momentum. And that momentum, that's the engine of success. Just remember, my first attempt at fitness lasted 15 minutes. So here's what I've learned. You just got to develop the habit and develop a good routine. And once you do that, the rest is going to fall into place. So if you have zero motivation and you just don't feel like freaking doing it, just make it your goal to put on your shoes and show up to the gym. Despite how you feel, despite whether you want to go, just do it. And then when you get there, if you still don't feel like doing anything more than going home, then consider it a win. But guess what? Get up tomorrow and the next day and the day after that and show up to the gym. And I assure you that you'll find your way into the gym and you'll start spending time actually exercising. So again, just set your expectations low to where you can meet them and build up from there. All right, let's just go to point 3, man. Habits make the man. Aristotle once said, we are what we repeatedly do. And guess what? That includes sitting on the couch scrolling through TikTok instead of working on yourself. If you want to be extraordinary, you don't need a perfect plan, but you need a solid routine. So commit to your daily non-negotiables: eating better, moving more, learn something new. You might not notice it today or tomorrow, but by the 100th day that you're doing that, you'll be unrecognizable, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Success is a habit, not a fucking accident. So you gotta stick with it, my friends. The greats are the ones that are willing to do what others aren't willing to do. So if you want to have the best life possible, you got to start doing the things that need to be done despite how you feel. In the beginning, you're not going to feel like doing certain things. I can't help you with that. Motivation might get you started, but it's your habits that are going to keep you going, my friends. Seriously, the biggest thing that I hear from all the time from people is they have these goals, these ambitions, but they don't have the damn drive to do it. Well, they say that the hardest part of any journey is taking that first step. But I cannot tell you enough that if you couple action with your dream, you could have whatever you want. In the beginning, it will be hard, but again, success will build on itself. You won't need motivation. You'll have your routine, you'll have your habit, you'll have your dedication and your drive. But then you also have the confidence, because as you meet these milestones, as you do the things that you don't feel like doing, that's where confidence comes from. Confidence isn't something you can think your way into. You gotta develop it. And the way you develop it is by testing yourself, forcing yourself to do the hard things, the things you don't feel like doing, but you do them anyway. That's where confidence comes. And whether you're using confidence in the gym or confidence in your personal relationships, you can leverage confidence from one area of your life to any area of your life. There is nothing more attractive than a confident person. Whether you're interviewing for your job, trying to talk to some young lady at the bar, confident people have this aura about them that other people just sense. When you're confident, you're not fucking worried about what other people think. You're too busy improving yourself to worry about what everyone else is doing. So this isn't just about having a perfect body or finding the right person. It's about making the best you. All right, here's the fourth thing that I've learned. Look, you gotta stop looking for excuses and start looking for opportunities. Your mind is a filter. It sees what you tell it to see. Focus on all your problems and you'll drown in them. Focus on your solutions and suddenly they are everywhere. Look, bad things happen. People will betray you. Life's unfair. Get over it. You see, you have the power to choose whether those things define you or they fuel you. So choose to succeed. Choose to believe in yourself even if no one else does. And just remember that the best revenge in life is self-improvement. So if you've got people in your life who've placed their doubts on you, well, let that be the fuel for your fire. Don't just prove them wrong, prove yourself right. Okay? There's no better story than the one that you're about to create. You are the author to this story, so make it a fucking good one. Direct an act that takes you from the zero to the hero, because that's ultimately what we're trying to do. All right, look, so the last thing I want to talk about is stress. It isn't the villain, stress is your hero. You see, everyone loves a good underdog story, right? Well, guess what? You're the underdog here. Stress, adversity, failure, these are your training montages. Every time life punches you in the face, you don't quit. You level up, wipe your nose off, wipe the blood off. You see, when I was battling my way back from depression, from being an alcoholic, I learned this. The storm, it doesn't destroy you. It strengthens you, so embrace it. Let it make you sharper, let it make you tougher, and more capable than you ever thought you were even possible or thought you were capable of doing. You see, what I want to say about this series is it's not about turning you into someone else. It's about revealing who you were meant to be. You've already got everything you need right now to change your life. It's just buried under fear, under doubt, and under a bunch of excuses. Well, my job, that's to help you dig it out. So are you ready to stop watching your life happen and start actually living it? Well, good. I hope you are. Because this isn't the end of your story. It's just the beginning. So let's get to work. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, it means that you must be somewhat interested in change because you've been listening to me talk. Or maybe you just are bored. Or maybe you just lack a few minor details to get started in life and that's why you've come here. Well, don't worry. In the upcoming videos, we'll take a deeper dive into what it takes to build the life that you want. We'll give you the knowledge on how to actually get there. I didn't rebuild my entire life overnight. So remember this, okay? It's a process. It's an adventure and it's a journey. Now do me a favor, hit the subscribe button so you can get the notifications when a new video comes out so you can keep on learning. And if you found some value in this video, hit the like button and make sure to leave me a comment. What life lesson do you want to learn?